Today we're gonna teach you how to teach yourself how to swim. No, seriously. We're gonna give you our entire process of how we teach every single adult how to swim so that you can teach yourself how to swim. So I wanna let you in on a little secret. What we are gonna teach you today is exactly how I teach every single one of our adults how to swim. And I've taught thousands of adults how to swim. To give you a little background, I'm a multi-time school record holder at Notre Dame. I've got 2 Master Swimming National Championships, and I own a swim school that's taught thousands of adults how to swim over the last 11 years. And here's the inside scoop. I've never gotten in the water with a single one of the adults that I've taught to swim. And I've got a 99.8% success rate with this methodology, which, if you didn't know, the average failure rate in the industry is 70%. That means there's only a 30% success rate in this industry, and what I'm gonna teach you today has a 99.8% success rate. It is the exact process. I'm gonna leave nothing out because I want you to understand what it takes to learn how to swim and how simple you can take this process into your own hands and teach yourself how to swim. So the question you might have is, why don't I get in the water with our adults? The answer is really, really simple, and there are 3 reasons why. Number 1, you are the only one that can dictate, let me go again. Reason number 1, comfort is the driver of success in learning how to swim, and you're the only one that can decide when you're 100% comfortable and ready to go on to the next marginally more difficult aspect of the curriculum. I can't tell you when that is because I'm not in your body. I don't know when you're nervous versus when you're not. So what I need out of you is to be 100% honest with yourself. When you're ready to move on to the next thing, that's when you move on. Number 2, when you go to your pool or the lake or the ocean, guess who's not there? I know you're probably thinking, damn, I wish Coach Jeff was with me the next time we go to a lake party, but sorry guys, not. But that's why it's essential that you learn without an instructor in the water with you, because you need to know that you are able to do everything on your own. And inevitably, what ends up happening is when you need to know how to swim the most, meaning when you go to your own pool and your instructor isn't there, you need to be 100% confident in your ability. Not 99% confident in your ability and 1% wondering, I've only done this with an instructor in the water with me. I wonder if I'll be able to still do it. And number 3, I want you to be able to practice wherever, whenever, well, and not however, because I know that this methodology works, but you should have the freedom to learn on your schedule and on your terms. And the only way to do that is when you schedule your own swimming lessons with yourself on your schedule. So just imagine being held by a stranger in the water that you barely know. I'll just lay on my arms. It's okay. I'm a swim instructor. This is great. And you're in a swimsuit and you're being really, really conscious of learning a new skill for the first time. Not really the best way to build your confidence, is it? So if you're ready to finally learn how to swim on your schedule and on your terms as far as comfortability is concerned, then come with me as I share with you the secret to learning how to swim the right way to teach yourself how to swim. I'm going to give it to you all right now. Now, in this curriculum, we have 6 distinct phases. Phase number 1 is your relaxation out of the water. Phase number 2 is the acclimation phase before we go into any movements. Phase number 3 is introduction to breathing and facial submersion. Phase 4 is front floating. Phase 5 is front floating with propulsion. And phase number 6 is getting a clean breath every single time. Let's hop over to phase number 1. Now, here are the keys to success in each one of the 6 phases. Number 1, we have to maintain a state of pure relaxation. This is absolutely essential to your success with learning how to swim. It is the differentiator in why we have a 99.8% success rate, because we ensure that our adults stay relaxed 100% of the time. So what does that mean? You've got to slow down in order to speed up. This is not a program where you can rush to completion. You also don't start at the phase where you think you're capable of doing it. Every single time you enter the water, we go through the exact same routine, which means we start at phase 1 and we build all the way up to phase number 6. Key tip number 2 is we do not go on to the next step in a particular phase or to the next phase until you are 100% confident and relaxed in the specific phase or skill that you're working on. Number 3, exposure and relaxed repetition are your keys to success. So what does that mean? It means that you want to go through every single movement a minimum of 5 to 10 times every single session that you're in the water. This exposure is key to something that we call systematic desensitization, which is your body starting to relax to the learn to swim process. This is absolutely essential to you learning how to swim, especially as an adult. Let's face it, most of us are coming into the program learning how to swim with some amount of fear, anxiety, apprehension. We tripping on the future, or we've had a negative experience in the past. All of those things bring us out of our current state. And we've avoided learning how to swim. What that does is it makes our body start to approach learning how to swim with tension. Systematic desensitization is when we break that negative reinforcement loop with a positive reinforcement loop. So, I guess a bonus tip and key number 4 to you learning how to swim is what we call steak dinner moments. That means after every session, I need you to be positive and celebrate the new accomplishments that you just accomplished inside of the program. I'll see you in phase number 1.
Step 1 of phase 1 is a 10 to 15 minute meditation using an essential oil towel over our face. We only use essential oiled wizardry from Dr. Nick. Now, if you'd like 10% off of Dr. Nick's essential oils, check out the link in the description below and pick up your set today.
Part 2 of phase 1, our relaxation out of the water phase, is learning how to do box breathing. Box breathing is a simple technique that's going to relax your central nervous system, and it's done in 4 parts of 4 seconds. Part 1 is an inhale of 4 seconds through our stomach, then a 4-second hold, pulling our air up to the top of our chest, holding it for 4 seconds, then we exhale for 4, and we hold the bottom for 4. We want to do this 5 to 10 times or until you're 100% relaxed. Now it's time to get in phase 2, our acclimation to the water phase. All right, step 1 of water acclimation is finding steps and just sitting on the top step, getting used to it. We want to do this and do one of our box breathing routines. Repeat this process until you're 100% comfortable, and we move down 1 step lower into the water. Repeat that process again, and then we get up and start walking around the pool. I want you to spend a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes acclimating to the water, especially if the water's cold. The colder the water is, the longer it's going to take your body to acclimate. We never want to go into a movement prior to this water acclimation stage. Water acclimation stage. This should be easy to say. I should be able to say this. My body is clearly not acclimated to the water. So what we do is we acclimate to the water. This is so important because when you're cold, our muscles are tense. Tension creates density in the water. We don't want that. Now, if I had my perfect ideal world for you, you'd be swimming in water temperature somewhere between 86 and 90 degrees plus, okay? Really warm water. Anything colder than that, spend more time acclimating. So we're just gonna walk around, moving our hands side to side and just getting comfortable. If there's other people around, I highly encourage you to let them know who you are and what you're doing. So just say, hey, my name's Chef, and I'm here learning how to swim. Now let's head over to my favorite phase, which is facial submersion and learning how to hold our breath. All right, in this stage, you wanna find a wall. You wanna hold onto it. This wall provides safety and stability for us. It's very, very important in our learn to swim process. From there, we slowly lower ourselves down until the water level's right at our shoulders. From there, we take a big deep breath. Make sure your lungs are 100% inflated and we're breathing in through our mouth. We do not breathe in through our nose. And then you gently move your head into the water. Now, if you're not 100% comfortable doing this, we can break down our facial submersion into simpler steps. We start by just putting our chin on the surface of the water. Then we go chin and mouth. From there, we go chin, mouth, and nose. And then we go chin, mouth, nose, and forehead. I want you to practice these movements until you can do a 30-second facial submersion. But we don't go straight to 30 seconds. Instead, we go at 5-second intervals. So you start at 1 to 5 seconds. Once you're 100% comfortable doing that, you go to 10 seconds. Repeat that process by 5-second intervals all the way up to 30 seconds. From there, we stay lowered down and we start to walk our feet backwards. This is preparing us for a front float where we're holding onto the wall. All right, from there, take your deep breath, lower your face down into the water and just let your legs go in a 100% relaxed state.
What you guys are gonna notice is Coach Jeff's legs actually begin coming up to the surface. He's not pushing them up, he's not forcing them up. This is a natural progression that happens once you are 100% relaxed. Look, his heels are about to even break the surface of the water. That's how buoyant he is when he is 100% relaxed with a full set of lungs.
Really important, whenever it's time to stand up, we just bring our knees to our chest. And extend our legs down, which will take us from a horizontal to a vertical position. All right, we do our front float phase, holding onto the wall for as many reps as it takes to build up to 30 seconds where we're 100% comfortable. Then we exchange the wall for a noodle. We do the exact same process, only we do it with a noodle. If you guys are interested in finding the noodles that we use, check out the link in the description below.
All right, so Coach Jeff is just going to lower himself down so that his arms are nice and relaxed, floating on the surface of the water. He is in a track start. His dominant leg is forward, his other is down. He's going to give himself a gentle push to give himself that forward momentum. His lungs are full and he is completely relaxed.
All right, so we want to use the noodle because it gives us a really natural feel for how the water moves. Obviously, it's a lot different than a wall that provides a lot of solid stability and foundation. This gives that we're going to be moving a little bit more in the water. We want to do this until we're 100% relaxed, just like we did in the prior step and every future step. Here are 3 ways you know you're not ready to move on yet. Way number 1, we have a death grip on the noodle. Way number 2, the noodle starts bending. And way number 3, we start tilting in the water.
So if you're doing this, it usually means you're still trying to kind of control the situation. There's more tension in one side than the other, and you're trying to balance yourself rather than to relax into and feel the water move you.
From here, time to ditch the noodle and just extend our arms out forward to go in a natural front float position with a little bit of momentum.
He's completely relaxed, his lungs are full, and the water just carries and holds him afloat.
You guys picking up on how linear the learn to swim process is? Relaxation, and we build on that. Relaxation walking around, and we build on that. Relaxation putting our face in, and we build on that. Relaxation putting our face in and floating. Now we're gonna build on that and do relaxation with our face in and starting to move our arms in our front float position. Let me show you what I'm talking about. From here, we add a very relaxed movement, starting with our arms at the top, going straight down to our side. Let me show you.
Right from here, he's giving himself a gentle push forward to get that forward momentum going. Full lungs, completely relaxed, and then he extends his arms and pulls them down to his side. And that is how you effortlessly swim across a pool. Now notice how after he pulls his arms all the way down, we're going to bring our arms back up as close to our body as possible so that we don't propel ourselves in the opposite direction we're trying to go. We keep that forward momentum going by not causing drag when we recover our arms.
Now, here is a tip that I love implementing at this point in the curriculum. What you want to do is push off the wall in just your glide, okay? And you want to see how far you can make it. Then you want to do that exact same movement, only add in your arms. And what I want you to notice is if you can make it 10 or 20 feet without using your arms, and you're only making it 5 to 10 feet with your arms, well, what does that tell us? We just got to relax and use less arms.
This is the step where he is just gliding without using any forward propulsion from the arms. The next step in this progression is now he's going to glide and use his arms to get more forward propulsion.
And just like that, we're at the last phase of our intro to learning how to swim, where you teach yourself on getting a fresh breath. Now, I would argue this is one of the most important aspects of learning how to swim, because many of us are able to get into the water and be comfortable, but we're not able to get a breath. And achieving a fresh breath is what allows us to continue swimming further distances. All right? So, in this phase, I want you to maintain relaxation, and we're going to be lifting our chin forward out of the water. When we do this, we only want our chin to really be resting on the surface of the water. We don't want to lift it up too high, because then, well, it just puts a lot of weight on the rest of our body. We tend to sink more, and obviously we need to make sure that we're lifting our head up enough to get our mouth out of the water. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Congratulations, you guys. That is our 6 phases in our Learn to Swim 101 programming. You are a swimmer. Let's go. Guys, we're going to continue to give you all of the free tips, tricks, our entire curriculum, so that you can teach yourself how to swim. Hands down, it's the right way to do it. And if you want additional support, twice a month, we go through this entire curriculum in our Learn to Swim community. We start on the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month. For more information on signing up to do it with us and the additional support of learning with Coach Jeff and Coach Meredith, click on the link in the description below.